Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Disability Matters. I'm Morgan Spicer, Self Advocate Coordinator with People First of West Virginia. I've learned over the years the importance of self advocacy and how much of an impact it makes to have your story out there. Disability Matters is designed to cover a wide range of topics that will inform you, inspire you, and encourage you to strengthen your advocacy journey. Now, we'll do this by offering a variety of guests as well as interviews with advocates around the state. It's not just legislative advocacy, it's so much more. So this month, I got the chance to speak to Ashley Orndorff, director of the Down Syndrome Network in West Virginia. She'll tell you more about what they offer, as well as how she uses self-advocacy skills to care for her daughter who has Down syndrome. Let's get to that interview now. So today I have Ashley Orndorff from the Down Syndrome Network joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you for having me. Like you said, my name's Ashley. I'm in the Charleston area, and I've been the executive director of the Down Syndrome Network since 2021. I got involved with the organization after my daughter was born in 2014, so participated for a while now.
Great. Well, it's good to have you on here, and I love having guests like you that run organizations like the Down Syndrome Network to kind of encourage advocates to learn more about what you do.
Yes.
So, for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about the Down Syndrome Network and its mission.
Sure. The Down Syndrome Network of West Virginia was founded originally in 2002 by families in the Kanawha Valley who were really looking for some additional support and connection to other families. Our mission is just to enhance the lives of people with Down syndrome. We do this by providing information, resources, and support to families and professionals. We do medical outreach. We promote awareness and acceptance of individuals with Down syndrome through a variety of programs. And our goal is to reach every new baby born in West Virginia every year.
Great. So you've probably heard of the of West Virginia Birth to Three.
Oh, yes, they are one of the flyers that we include in our welcome packets for new families is birth to three to get them connected to those services. They're so important for development.
Absolutely. And they do a lot to help the individual.
Yes.
So I understand that you have a daughter with Down syndrome. Can you tell us how you use your advocacy skills to make her life better every day?
Yeah, so Hannah was born, like I said, in 2014, and so she's 12 now, and she is a feisty 12-year-old. Sometimes advocacy looks really loud and scary and big, but honestly, most of our advocacy comes in day-to-day choices that we make and questions that we ask to make sure that Hannah is getting set up for success. So, yes, I've sat in hours long IEP meetings to make sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed. But I've also attended educational forums in my community and legislative meetings or community meetings with decision makers. So first I can introduce myself and let them know who I am and what my goal is, but also to make that connection and ask questions and speak up for people with disabilities and families who have a loved one with Down syndrome, just to make our voices known and make our needs known, because if they don't know, they can't know. So I think one of our jobs as advocates is just to educate people so that they will know. And what we do, the best that we can do is to show up, say our piece, and try to work together.
Absolutely agree. That's it's almost like with People First. We educate advocates on, the best way to use their advocacy skills out there and to make the most of their life. Attend your IEP meetings, advocate, talk to your doctor if you don't like
Yeah.
something that's going on. Um, so I mean, and that's important because that's one of the trainings we do here at People First is with the youth. We do a youth advocacy conference.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we always tell the youth is to attend your IEPs
Mhm.
because, that's your meeting. It's about what
Mhm.
you want, and you don't want people that you don't know deciding your choices for
Right.
you without your say.
Right. Absolutely.
So, what does self-advocacy mean to you personally? And what are some examples of how you've used your voice to advocate for yourself or for others?
We have taught our daughter Hannah to advocate for herself by simply teaching her to speak up for herself. She can come off as shy, which, if you know her, is just completely opposite of how her personality is. And she'll say, "Mommy, ask them," or try to get one of her classmates to ask the teacher something. And the biggest thing we do is make her do it herself. If she wants something, she needs to ask for it. If she wants to tell somebody something, we encourage her to tell them and speak up and be loud because people have a hard time understanding her anyhow. Um, but she needs to practice that. She needs to speak up for herself. She can make her needs known. She has no problem telling us what she wants or doesn't want, what she likes or doesn't like. So there's no reason she can't tell her teacher what she likes or doesn't like, or a friend who maybe they want to play a game and she doesn't like that, or they're having a conversation confident enough to speak it. You're muted.
I do that all the time. It looks like you froze there a little bit in between.
I just got a notification that my internet connection was unstable, but I think it's okay now. I don't know why it did that.
Do you mind? Is it okay if I re-ask you that question again?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what does self-advocacy mean to you personally? And what are some examples of how you've used your voice to advocate for yourself or for others?
So we've taught Hannah to advocate for herself by teaching her to speak up for herself. If she wants to tell somebody something, she'll oftentimes ask me to tell them. And I think it's really important for her to use her voice so they know it's coming from her, but also so that she can practice communicating with people who don't communicate with her every day so they can learn to understand her and she can learn to be understood. She's really grown recently in if she's trying to say something and we're not understanding, she will figure out another way to say it or another word for it. And I'm starting to see her do that with some of the adults in her life that she's comfortable with, like her teachers or her school team. Um, her goal is to work at Chick-fil-A when she grows up. Actually, when she turns 15, she wants to start working at Chick-fil-A immediately. So she's going to have to know how to tell people what she wants and needs. So we've been working on that for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a great goal to have. Once you build up those advocacy skills, get out there in the community and use them. And
Yeah.
and it's okay to, if you make a mistake or two. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of support, and Chick-fil-A sounds like a great place to work at.
Right? She won't let us go while she's working, though. She said that that would be embarrassing.
Oh,
Like, but I want my free chicken.
yeah, why not? So, and when you mentioned about like teaching her like advocacy skills, I mean, I think one of the ones I think is really important is like per se going to a restaurant or going out to eat, and the waiter asks, "What does your daughter want?" And you're like, "Ask her."
Yep. And they will, I kind of cut my eye contact with waiters when it comes time for her to order so they can't just like look at me. And I'll tell her, what do you want? Tell them what you want. And it's always chicken and fries. It's always the chicken fingers. So she's gotten really good at saying that. But she tells them when it's her turn, she tells them, "I want apple juice. I want chicken and fries. I need ketchup." So, yeah, I think it's really important for her to learn that people need to speak to her.
Yes. So if there was one thing you wish people without disabilities knew that would help people with disabilities, what would it be?
That is such a loaded question, but basically, never assume. Don't make any assumptions. If you have a question that's reasonable, ask. If you have a question of if you can help somebody, ask them, "Can I help you?" They may not need help. They might want your help. If you're speaking to a person with disabilities, speak to them. Like you said, the waiter, ask them what they want. If they can't answer, somebody who's with them, if my daughter can't answer a question, I will answer it for her. But never assume that she can't say or doesn't know. Don't discount somebody's voice. Don't discount somebody just because they look different or sound different or act different than you. Just treat people with disabilities like people.
Absolutely. That's another one of the bigger things we talk about here in People First, and I'm a huge believer in, is that you are an individual first and your disability is second,
Yes.
and you need to be seen as a person, not a
Yes.
person with, with this disability or that.
Right.
You don't want to be defined by that. I mean,
No.
you want people to see you for who you are. So you wouldn't just like go to somebody and say, "Oh, this is my friend Charlie. He's got this."
Right.
No, no, that's not how it goes.
We don't walk up and say, "Hey, I'm Ashley. I've got high cholesterol." Nobody
Yeah,
does that.
nobody does that now. So, going back to the Down Syndrome Network, if anyone watching was interested in volunteering or learning more about the Down Syndrome Network, what is the best way that they can get in touch with you?
The best way to do that is to follow our social media pages, our Facebook and Instagram, that are both Down Syndrome Network of West Virginia. We post most everything on there. When we need help with things, the different programs that we're launching or hosting, it's all on there. And then they can always message our social media pages or email us or call me.
So, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, yeah, I'm really excited about a new event that we're launching next month in Clarksburg called Step Up for Down Syndrome. It will be at the Veterans Memorial Park in Clarksburg, and we're going to have the families are going to gather for an afternoon of fun and fellowship. I'm really excited because the Center for Excellence in Disabilities at WVU is coming down and hosting a SIB shop. So it is a program, it's a little meeting and fun activity time for siblings of people with disabilities. This time it'll be siblings of people with Down syndrome. So they all have a commonality, but the SIB shop isn't focused on Down syndrome. It's focused on supporting those siblings and letting them have fun. We're also hosting a resource fair in conjunction with that, so people in the area can get to know other agencies and services that are able to support them. So I'm looking forward to making that connection and branching out and expanding our ability to support families.
Absolutely, and it's important to have that, and I'm really glad. Like I've like I've been to several like fairs and stuff like that, and I've seen
Yeah.
you there, and it's like I want to go up and say hi, but but
Always.
yes,
Always.
but I think it's important for advocates to know who they can go to,
Yes.
if they have a question where they can go to.
Yes.
Um, and this is just like a great resource here that if someone has a question about Down syndrome,
Yeah.
I mean, who better to answer than someone like, you that is better equipped to
Right.
answer that.
We're living it. We know if I don't know, I'm not going to blow smoke. I will tell you, I don't know, let me find out. Because if I don't know, I know somebody who knows. I have
Yeah.
enough connections. There are families who have been on this journey much longer than I have, who I constantly am seeking advice and input from. So it's really, really important to us to strengthen those relationships with other agencies and people.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm so glad that I got the chance to interview you today. So I really
You.
appreciate it on such short notice.
Oh, of course.
So if there's nothing else, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure having you.
Thanks, Morgan.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us this month. If you want more information on the Down Syndrome Network, please visit their website at www.dsnwd.org. And don't forget, if you want to be featured on an episode of Disability Matters or have a subject you would like discussed on a future episode, you can reach me by calling the ARC at 304-422-3151 extension 129, or you can email me at morgan.spicer@thearcmov.org. I would love to hear from you and have you as a potential guest on a future episode. With that, we're out of time for this month. Join us next time for another episode of Disability Matters. We are advocating, educating, and celebrating the potential within you. See you again next time.